What's up everybody, Ian here, and today I'm going to showcase the newest Hikone Ubuginu, the resurrection version, which is basically his final form, from the latest and quite possibly the final Kenfiro World banner. Now going straight into his skills and other stuff, is his killer is Soul Reaper, he has a weakening special, and he has a strong attack recharge time 12%. Now the Soul Reaper killer with the power attribute, it's not quite the most ideal unit for it. If he was a tech Reaper killer, he would have been a godsend unit, but we'll discuss why in a second. So he's a ranged unit, weakening on everything. His skills are Bruiser 20%, Berserker 20%, Devastation 40%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, Debilitator plus 5 seconds for weakening, increased status element chance against technique attribute Soul Reapers, and Sprinter plus 2. Now this thing against technique attribute Soul Reapers, for now I don't really see a real use for it, because it's only against technique attribute Soul Reapers. I don't really see a use for it, not because it's a bad skill, it's a good skill, but in PvE you will mostly one-shot enemies anyway, so what's the point of it, right? And if you're going against a boss, you will most likely nuke, which is a guaranteed weakening. And in GQ, correct me if I'm wrong, but only the third boss is tech, if I remember correctly. Maybe they will change the attributes at some point in GQ, and they're planning to make the final boss tech, because you know how they love to milk Hikone and Tokinada, and just for him they might actually change the attribute, just like they milk Ichigo, basically. Yeah. Well, possibly not, but whatever. Now I'm going to go in with a SAR build. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to link slot him, because I've just finished Spirit Society Byakuya like 2 days ago, I believe. Alright, and 30% SP across the board, and let's get right into it. Let's see what he can do. He doesn't have killer in this IZ, unfortunately, but it's a good test to see what he can do when conditions are not ideal for him, right? So SA1, great, and SA3 is great as well. Now, I mentioned earlier that being a power Soul Reaper killer is not the most ideal thing for him, and that's because of his SA2. I feel like he cannot compete with the likes of Spirit Society Byakuya and Shinji. He does have Sprinter plus 2 compared to them, who only have Sprinter plus 1, but his SA2, I feel like the Sprinter doesn't compensate for his SA2. His SA2 is really not ideal compared to what Shinji and Byakuya have, the 960 radius cone. Like, it's almost full screen in front of them. And the problem with this vortex is if the unit isn't worked on like well enough, it will actually leave enemies alive, which is a pretty sad thing, to be honest. Like, they could have given him something else to be able to compete, considering that in the power Soul Reaper killers, we don't have good Soul Reaper killers with weakening. So he could have been amazing for it if he had a better SA2. He's still a great unit, right? He's still a great unit, but I feel like he's a little unnecessary. Yeah, that's just my opinion, right? I'm not saying he's bad. He's probably the 4th best power unit. I'm not sure about that. He might be behind Ichigo, Shinji, and Byakuya. Now, I want to test his damage, so I'm gonna be running a full Senkaizen build. Increase strong attack damage. Like this. Okay, I'm actually curious on his damage, because he has no link slots. He does have a level 5 SP slot, because that's easy to get. Like, you just get the character in 5 minutes, you can have it. You can have level 5 SP easily. Right? But yeah, he deals 7.8k on SA1, 2.5k on SA2, and SA3 deals 7.4, I saw. I think it can go up to 8k, maybe 9k if it weakens. The NAD deals, I saw some 2.9k, so that's almost 3k. That's pretty good, but this is a full Senkaizen build, keep that in mind. His SA3 is great. Like, look at this. He just cleaved everything that was in there. Another wave also spawned. Its range is amazing. My biggest problem with him is his SA2. I feel like he's not the best for his niche, right? Just nuke this room here. Right? Let's go kill everybody, I guess. You see, his SA3 has a lot of range. It's amazing. You just his SA2. I can't keep stressing enough how bad his SA2 can be. But oh well, it is what it is. He's still a good unit at the end of the day. And the damage here is 56k on the boss when he was weakened. I think I saw 61k too, but I'm not sure. Right, and now I am going to speedrun the last, I'm gonna do the last run, which is a speedrun. And I feel like he will do quite well. He doesn't have killer, so it's a great test. I've said it already, but, you know. He does have a Senkaizen and Byakuya Link, which is strong attack damage 16%. So yeah, that should help him clear quite fast. Okay. Let's see how well he can do. Like, he's cleaving these mobs pretty well, but you can never be too sure. Oh, I missed this guy. Unfortunate. This guy with his fucking guard. He got weakened though. That's nice. And now we will let his special play out one more time. I'm 100% sure he can one-shot. He has attention time weakening. Yeah, as I said. Let's see the time. It's probably not that good since I fucked up in some places. Like, in that second or third room, I could have nuked easily with the SA3, but still, pretty good time, 59 seconds. My final opinions on this Hikone, well, he's not the best power soul reaper killer. He's not the best. And in the power attribute, he's the fourth best, because Ichigo is way better than him, then Shinji, then Byakuya being the third. On the power attribute, Hikone, his SA2 holds him back. You can't deny that, in my opinion. But he's fun to play, he's great. He has a great SA3 and SA1. So I guess if you can overlook the SA2, you can have great fun with this character. Well, yeah, he's good. He's good. I have to admit, before his release, I've underestimated him, but now that I'm actually playing as him, he feels great. He feels, if you don't have Byakuya or Shinji, he's a great replacement. And you probably will not need them, even though they're better, right? And weakening just helps him if he ever needs to proc it. So that was my final opinion on this unit. See y'all next time.